Hi everyone, I'm Varun. I'm a managing director at AuxoAI, and today we will be continuing our discussion on Auxothon 2025, our flagship hackathon event. And today I have with me Aditya. Aditya, why don't you introduce yourself and then we will talk more about Auxothon.
Thanks so much, Varun. Thanks for coming here and giving your time as well. I'm Aditya. I'm a manager here at AuxoAI. I work with the consulting team. Been here for 2.5 years since the firm start. Worked on multiple projects. Very interesting. Like this is since AI almost started with the introduction of ChatGPT. So been a great journey here.
So Aite and team were the winners of the Auxothon event, and today we are going to discuss a bit about what was their idea, what did they build. So let's get started. So Aite, let's first talk about the problem that you had in mind and what were the thoughts?
Yeah. Uh, so Varun, the problem was straightforward for us. Like, and it was actually born from our personal experience as well
Yeah.
while demoing or delivering projects. So what we found is that software development today is fragmented, right? So
Hmm. Hmm.
requirements actually sit say in Word or SharePoint. Then you have
Yeah,
designs in Figma. Code is say written in
absolutely.
Python, React. Tests happen somewhere else, right? And then
Yeah.
security scans, of course, they happen sometimes way too late. By the
Yes.
time something ships, a lot of context is lost and lot of good stuff is not reused. We wanted to fix that and not just go faster but also increase the cohesiveness of the development process. So that's how
Yeah.
the solution was born. It's basically an extension of our SDLC.ai offering. And what we wanted to say that, okay, relax, we've got the software handled end to end. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think what I really liked the best about the entire solution was this one single view, as you said, that which is talking about the end-to-end flow and how we are actually incorporating AI in it.
Right.
So the idea that AI can now change the way we think about the entire software development lifecycle
Right.
uh, is just what I saw in that particular idea and the application that you had in mind. But let me take a step back and why don't you talk about your hackathon experience first?
Hackathon experience was awesome, right? So it was basically chaos, but in a good way. So I had Utkarsh who like makes AI work for people. Anubhav basically ships features, but he's saying that he's just having fun, right? Manav took care of, he was like our watchdog of shipping and, he made sure that nothing slips. There are no cracks, right? And I was like, okay, I tie this back to business impact? So, I'm
Yeah.
chasing ROI like it owes me money. And we were all buried in project work, proposals, and so on. But like, actually working on this project became a very good avenue and it was like more of a creative outlet for us. It was fast paced, super collaborative, but genuinely fun.
Oh,
The other teams
yeah.
were great too, right? It was a really good experience seeing other solutions. Like I really loved the AI powered sales application. So the
Yeah.
whole event seemed like a startup sprint with caffeine, creativity, and good momentum. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think your presentation was very unique. You came up with some really interesting stories. So that is nice. That is a nice touch.
Thanks, sir.
Uh, let's delve into the specifics of the solution. Like, what is it that? How are we thinking about SDLC.ai, and how have we are we extending it using some of the capabilities that we have built as part of your ideas?
Right. So the way we took two things into consideration, right? So what are our current capabilities? So what does Damia allow? And what is like our user need? So what do our customers need? What do our internal developers need? And what do our consultants need, right? So what
Yeah.
we came up with was like a single line, like the solution should take a single line, build me a customer feedback dashboard with say user login and analytics, and then turn it into a governed app. The way it works, to your question, is that you have a set of agents working in tandem. So
Yeah.
you have a PRD agent, you have a builder agent, you have a testing agent, you have a security agent, and you have a knowledge graph on top of which they run, and they work in
Mhm.
tandem. The major part of this was orchestration. I think just making sure that each agent runs in sync, and that's how we are translating that one line, going through a stream of agents, taking all the relevant information from the knowledge graph, and giving you a live app. out. So that's how it.
Got it. And as I understand, your knowledge graph also included a bunch of best practices, which sort of makes it easy for even the agents to adhere to the kind of structure, code structure that you want to be should be in place from the very beginning.
Absolutely. I think governance was one major aspect because, this we wanted the solution to be scalable, and without best practices it doesn't work. So it not just takes best practices, but it also takes into account any governance consideration, any compliance considerations, and so on. So the knowledge graph is built beforehand. It connects directly to our SharePoints. It connects to your Azure, and not just your SharePoint, but even like through the development it connects to Azure DevOps, and it also connects to Sync
Yeah.
for security. So
Yeah, was a really sort of a nice way to kind of use the MCP capabilities of the
yes.
platform, where all of this is not just uh, a new software, but we are also sort of integrating as part of existing CI/CD
Yes.
pipelines, and that makes it easier for developers and project managers and everyone to continue working on this application.
Yep. Yep.
Mm.
Totally.
Okay, so I think one thing that I really felt sort of came out from the hackathon was, it's really truly talked about how we work, what we are call our ways of working.
Yes.
And, what was your experience around it? And you saw like other teams participating and your team thinking about it. Tell me about it.
Yeah. I think I covered the like the team part of it. I'll go deeper into the AI native ways of working part of it, right? Because that's what we actually think about
Yes.
internally every time. So the way we did it is like we didn't bolt AI into an old process. What we did is we
Hmm.
tried to rebuild the whole SDLC process around AI.
Hmm.
Right? So
Yeah.
each SDLC stage would have your own specialist agent, right? Planning, coding, testing, securing, deploying, and they'll all share a knowledge graph. But the whole idea was that, okay, let's not see what we are doing today. Let's see what we can do with AI and then rebuild the whole process. So that's how, we reimagined the whole process of working around it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have been saying and discussing internally and with our clients
Yes.
that AI is sort of going to change the way we look at existing processes, and to some extent, what we actually build there is AI actually doing that. The agents actually taking that first step in talking about an SDLC pipeline end to end. So yes, reimagining that process in itself was something that has really created a different way of thinking about SDLC.
Exactly. I think just to add to that, even here at Oxo, a lot of conversations that we have with our clients is around, reimagining whole workflow. So it's not just accelerating your current process, but transforming your current process to gain business impact, to gain efficiency, and so on. So that was like the core idea on which, we thought that, okay, now let's just truly change how we do process, like how we do things internally as well. So yeah.
And I think you mentioned an important point, and you stressed it twice now, which is on the business impact and the ROI, and the fact that this gives the business team also this end-to-end view of how does the software process work, and they can sort of start imagining that shipped software on day one.
Yes.
That's a huge plus for any team.
I agree, Varun. In fact, now the conversations are not about, okay, can you do this? It's about where can we start? Because we are not like
Yeah.
we earlier went with slides, we went with concepts. Now we are going in with, some working demo. We are going with some working version, so we can actually see how this would look
Yes.
like. So that's
Yes.
that's the biggest shift out there. But yeah, you're right.
So I have to ask, like, there were so many submissions, and you mentioned that AI sales thing was something that you really enjoyed. But in general, like, what was special about that you liked?
The sales submission, yeah. Uh, so actually, one of the reasons is I'm biased here because actually one of the projects that I'm working on right now is around accelerating, not even accelerating, reimagining sales with AI, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm.
you use AI to personalize emails. You use AI to scale. You use AI to scale the outreach, the outbound outreach that you're doing, right? That solution basically made it end to end. So we have a lot of fragmented processes running right now that we have linked together, but the solution that the team presented basically bought
Yeah.
it end to end, and that is
Yes.
something that we're starting to leverage right now, and that's like changing the game for us as well. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's next, Aite? Like how are you taking your idea forward? I know that there's some interesting work going
Yeah.
on, but why don't you talk about that?
Yeah. On this one, basically, one is from a people perspective. So making sure that this solution starts getting widely used across our company, right? So you either using it for client demos or even using it for like live projects, right? And making sure that the Damia store has it, so any team can use it freely. The next phase is just continuing this and making this better. More agents, stronger governance, and reusable templates so that the
Absolutely.
compounding effect happens. So yeah.
Absolutely. And where I look, I see this creating like a really interesting impact is that a lot of these ideation and strategy work that we do,
Right.
from there to actually making people see real
Right.
application. I think that change is significant. So yeah, I'm quite excited on where we can take this. How can it basically enhance our SDLC.ai story? What all can it do for the Damia store? And let's continue working on this. And um, I think lovely talking to you. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much, Varun. Appreciate it.